Right, guys, welcome back to Quad, where we bring you guys live coverage from Epic 8, the Thermaltake eSports Quad4 Challenge. It is currently the 9th round, where we're going to be taking it away with Exabyte versus nearly forgot them, Volatile Gaming, and should be a great matchup. You know, Ono versus Kex on the scope battle, going to be loads of fun. So let's jump right into the matchup here, where we shall be seeing them knife it out here on City Streets. That is the first map, and then with the losers getting to choose their second map. So early off, a knife apiece. Star's going down, back to 2-on-3. And do you see GSX trying to move in here on Mark. Mark actually coming out on top of that one. We do see Raz and Fantasy sticking together as they close in here on Leonidas. What is he planning to do? Is he going for the frag? He falls back. We still see Mark on the floor. Grabs another one, finally goes down, but Leo in there with a revenge frag, and that's going to be Volatile Gaming grabbing the knife round. And also shall see which side they do choose. Yeah, and they are moving on to the defending side. Should be a good game. Anyway, running down the quick roster here, we have for the Exabyte side, Ono, GSX, Fantasy, and Raz. And then, of course, Light is in there too. Then for Volatile Gaming, we have Kex, Leonidas, Pansy, Alpha, and Mark, who is just on the wrong team at the moment. Should be joining the other team soon. Here we go, ready up, right underway. Going to be taken away with Scope's first round. Let's take it away with the Western Wolves legend, if we can call that, Mr. Ono, and see what he gets up to in the early rounds. Getting blocked slightly by his teammate there. Going to be going for the peek towards that BLE. He is going up against Kex, and Kex gets the first one off. And that's going to be a good start for Volatile Gaming, as they did choose that defending side. Kex with another one as he takes out GSX. Can he find some more there? He is flashed up. Likely to be pushed here. He does fall back. He's got a teammate in front of him. That is Fantasy that takes out Leonidas, so his cover has dropped. Onto a 3-on-3 now. Fantasy moving back towards those mid-stairs. Going back to meet up with his teammate Lighters. As they move forward, they need to try and get that bomb back into their hands. Pansy goes on to Raz. And Kex with a third one of the round as he takes out Lighters. Now last man standing is Fantasy. Moving forward, he knows Pansy is around here somewhere. We'll grab that frag, still has the bomb. Goes forward for the plants, got to watch out. There is one in that B. Arch has spotted it. Goes to the SMG, starts rushing forward. Kex has got to get out of there as soon as he can. Won't be able to get away, but Alpha in there with the revenge frag. And that's going to be Volatile taking the first round off of Exabyte. Let's actually start off with Kex this round. Let's see if he will be going for the exact same spot. Seemed to work out for him last round. Could say it might work out again. But instead, peeking through the left-hand side gap in that smoke, falls back. Doesn't want to be caught up by any nades. Leonidas onto Mark there. Pansy covering up on mid. She is going to have a hell of a job trying to hold off against quite a few players pushing through that market. Opting to rather fall back and play it safe. Ono playing around on that A site. Pulls out his deagle. Pops out a smoke instead. And then still with his deagle, takes out Alpha. There's one off to his left-hand side. Got to be very careful. Pansy going to get that frag. And walk away pretty much unscathed back into mid where Lighters happens to be waiting. And now it is all down to Kex. Got quite a few frags around before. But unfortunately he's on the wrong side of the map right now. And is quickly going to have to rotate back. All of Exabyte Gaming are over on the B side. We have got Fantasy sitting here in the middle. Is going to peek out, maybe try and catch Kex off guard. Let his position known, or let his position be known. Kex is going to carry on pushing forward. Kex flying around the corner, but Fantasy with that SMG is going to have the higher rates of fire, and will be able to take that one away from them. Let's see what Alpha is doing over here on this A site. He's going to be playing with the golden AK. It seems these AKs nowadays do prefer that golden weapon. See him spotting a whole bunch of players moving in towards that A site. Going to grab one in the window. Goes for a second one versus GSX. Pulls out his deagle. No one else has moved in just yet. Pansy's shut down that push from Fantasy. Ono gets a tag himself. Will he be re-peeking this though? Trying to find a weapon. Doesn't actually find one. Finds Alpha though through the wall. Now going to be falling back into this barrel corner. His only other teammate is Lighters. He's very far behind him. Going to move forward, pick up that AK, and drop all the way back. Don't really have the chance to go for a rotate this late into the round, knowing that players are going to be in their path if they do decide to go backwards. Ono jumping up. Who's pushing forward? Is it Pansy? It seems it was. Pansy onto Leonidas, Leonidas onto Ono, and that's going to be the second round for a Volatile Gaming. Seems to have Mark yet to get a frag. And Ono pushing up into mid once more. Let's take it with one of the SMGs. Mr. Fantasy chopping straight into mid. Feeling very confident. Does take out Kex with a nade. Well placed and runs right through the middle. There's no defense on this B side. I say that Pansy comes in from behind, takes out Fantasy. GSX has spotted Kex at the top of that street though. Ono knifes Pansy. And that's definitely going to send a few giggles through the two teams. GSX going for the bomb plant. Leonidas at the top of that street.
Explosives planted.
Now he's going to be laying it down. Doesn't want to expose himself. There's one on wood, and it is GSX grabbing that frag. Brings it back to 2-2. Now moving on. And it does seem like these guys are pretty much just running and gunning at every chance they get. Fantasy's got a nice front spawn. We're going to stick with him again in the start of this round. Is he going to go straight for those stairs? We'll be able to dodge away from those nades. Does do so. Throws one right back towards Kex. Dropping down into mid. Has got a silent drop. Takes out Kex and Mark there. His name nearly throws me off. Will he be able to get a third? Yes, does do so. Pansy drops under his wrath. Goes out with his eagle. There is a fourth available for him on that fences. But won't be pushing it just yet. Rather waits back for his team to come out. Raz is pushing up on the left-hand side. Fantasy going up on the right. Real teamwork here as they take out Leonidas. His tension drawn away. And Alpha now with the light, or Alpha onto lighters. Alpha being pushed by Fantasy. Pulls out the deagle. And Raz in from behind with his deagle takes out Alpha. Where is Raz? Raz actually getting a front spawn, so we'll pick up the SMG. Seems like Exabyte can adapt to any situation they get, really working off of their spawns. Bunch of nades coming in. He decides there's no way he's going to chance that. Throws one right back out into mid, making sure that no one pushes up those stairs. Really does not want to be caught off there. I'm pretty sure we've all seen enough Mazzarini plus 15s from that location. Leo onto Raz. GSX going in for that plant. Ono takes out Leo. Where is Kex? He's towards the top of that street. He's the only one towards that B side for his team at the moment. And Fantasy is going to shut him down, leaving it all down to Alpha on this B side. Has to got Pansy. Pansy flanking around the back. There's one off to her left-hand side. She's got to be very careful here. Will she be able to pick up this frag? Yes, she does. Takes out lighters. Quickly changes over to the deagle. Takes out GSX with a nice headshot. There's one still in the arch. Going to throw flash into that, but it's planted so well for that B arch. And Alpha's actually Ono's all the way on top. Ono falls to his death. Very well spotted there from Alpha. Pan's going to get that defuse. And looks like Volatile going to even it up all again onto 3-3. Now the GSX getting that front spawn. I want to see what Leo's actually up to. So we're watching Leo here push into the mid-market. Smokes are going out once more. Got to watch out for that nade. Kex learning this time that he needs to stay away from Fantasy's grenades. And Exabyte, after waiting out for those early grenades, will be able to watch into this mid. Leo takes out one, gets shut down himself. Kex grabs himself a frag onto GSX. Now the Punisher. SMG onto lighters. Ono, last man standing, takes out Kex. 1 versus 4 for him, yeah. There's a player off to his left. Got to be very careful. Actually walks right past Pansy. Turn around. Dear woman, Ono snuck right past Pansy. Going to be sneaking right past, I believe it's Mark that's going to be in these archers. Ono just going in to go try and find his bomb. Does find the frag there onto Mark. Pansy's going to be scratching her head, trying to find out what the hell just happened. Grabs the frag there onto Ono, and that's going to be 3-4. Volatile once again moving into the lead here. It's been 1 round, but nevertheless it is a lead. Looking over the scores, Fantasy on 10 frags at the moment. While we do see Mark currently on only 1 frag. Fantasy pushing up here on this B side. He will meet up with Ono. Easily picks up that frag. There is another. Nearly takes out GSX. GSX with an AK aiming down. Shuts down Pansy as she pushes forward. Kex now moving towards the top of this B street. On that B bomb side, there is a bunch of players towards the bottom of the street. Alpha still sitting towards A. Leo crawling around in mid. Lighters in the exact same location. Lays down the bunch of fire into Leo, and Fantasy's going to be the one that has to clean up that. Couldn't close off the frag himself. Raz moving over towards that A site, and it looks like they're actually going to try and push towards the A area. Fantasy holding mid. Gotta be careful as Alpha is off to his right-hand side. Fantasy grabs the frag onto Kex. Alpha replies, bomb will be going down here. Actually, it won't be. They don't have the bomb with them. Look like... Wow, very smart play there from Alpha, using that car to blow up the barrels right next to, I believe that was Leo. I say that completely wrong. It was GSX pushing around the back. Either way, round's done. Volatile grab that round. Gonna take it away here with Mark as he pushes into mid. As that red tiger skin SMG. Gotta be careful, there is one in front of him. It is Fantasy, easily takes him out. Not messing around at all. And it seems that exabyte have slowed down a bit. Punisher gotta watch out. There's one off to his right. Ono deagles down Mark. Alpha on Ono though to get that reply. 2 versus 4. As he pushes around the laundry area. Seems like she knows how to use this laundry area. Like she's had experience before. Zex grabbing himself a frag. Being challenged by Pansy. Eagle bobbing up and down. Doesn't have enough cover as Lightus takes out Pansy. Leonidas at the top of that street does guard off against GSX, but there is Lightus still to deal with. Bullets raining down through that cardboard cutout. Can he do it? Only has a couple of deals left, and yes, he does. Grabs the frag there onto Lightus, and that's going to take it to 3-6. Volatile really extending their lead now, as it seems that the side that they had asked for is really working to their advantage. Moving away here with Fantasy, SMG in hand, going to be pushing towards his B side. Actually gets in there very quickly, will have one, wow, right below him, but extremely flashed up. And catches Pansy off as she moves up into the wooden area, but Leonidas from the top of the street grabbing the revenge frag. GSX moving forward. He has spotted Leo, but instead it's going to fall back. Wants to stay in that cover. Does seem like he has got a teammate with him. Mark pushing around the back though. Light is onto Alpha. Now going for that B push. Kex takes out GSX. Mark now trying to do something as he tags up Lightus heavily. Lightus takes out Leonidas. Kex is moving down the street. Raz is sitting and wait for him. And now it is all down to Mark. Where is he? There he is with his SMG. Does get slightly flashed up. Bomb going down. He has heard it. He's moving down the street. He's making loads of noise. Sprays down into the bomb site. Takes out Raz. There's one off to his left. He's not looking that way. What is Lightus doing? He is just staying in wait. Keeping it calm. Does take a Punisher in the end. Going to take it to 4-6. Closing off that 3-round lead. Back down to 2. You do see Fantasy top fragging at the moment. Although with Ono on scope. So you can open up that field a little bit more for Fantasy to move around. And does miss the shot there onto Kex. Looks like they're still lingering around that spawn area. Really have to wait out these nades. They don't want to... Neither of them want to get caught off guard. Ono onto Kex with the nade though. Different kind of scope on scope action. GSX taking out Punisher. Fantasy grabbing himself a frag too. Leonidas being completely overpowered though at the top of the street. Car's on fire. Gonna have to get out the way. Doesn't do so. Gets punished for it with that car blowing up right in his face. Bomb going down here for Exabyte, but it's not going to be it for Volatile as Alpha does drop. And Exabyte claim back another round. A 1-round difference now between these two teams. As we get as we're only now 1 round away from the half. Raz pushing extremely fast into mid. Jumping around the corner there is an M4 spraying towards the top of the stairs. Kex is also there with his scope. Finally tuned in on Raz's position. And Raz is going to play it very disciplined. Just going to stay in tight. Throws a nade out, trying to predict where Kex would be. Is Kex going to catch it though? Oh, it's not actually Kex towards the top of that street. Who is it then? Is that an SMG? It is Pansy that was actually sitting at the top of the street. My apologies. And now Raz pushing all the way around from the flowers, or from the flower bed. Kex moving all the way around the back. Really is out of position to try and stop this A push. Light has gotten up to the top of the street. The bomb, on the other hand, isn't wooden, and that's most likely where they are pushing into that direction. They know where the bomb is. And they just want to try and stop exabyte from taking it back. There's 2 players in Mark's view. Takes the first one. Kex gets the second. There's a third one right below him. Kex has got to be careful. Pulls out his deagle. Trying to work alongside Mark. Can he get the frag? Yes, they can. They do it together. Kex pulls out his scope. He has spotted the final one. It is Ono. And now we have 1-on-1. And this is the big one. Who can get it? Ono needs to move forward to pick up that bomb. Kex needs to try and deny Ono the chance to go and plant the bomb. Is Ono going to run it all the way to that A side? Yes, he does. Kex has an SMG, though. Ono only has his deagle and scope. Kex needs to run forward as fast as he can. Sounds like it's going through car park. Can Ono hear it, though? Kex moving forward. Has got that SMG with him. Has he spotted Ono moving up? Yes, he has. Pulls out his scope. Can he land the shot? Yes, he can. And that's going to be it for Volatile. They're going to be able to grab themselves another round, taking it 7-5 at the half, giving them that advantage as they move on to the attacking side. Whether it was what they were looking for, no doubt they were looking for a bigger gap, but I'm pretty sure they're going to be happy walking away with 7-5 at the halftime. And then, of course, exabyte need to fight back. exabyte we saw playing yesterday against versus Team ESPC, grabbing themselves 13-7 and 13-8, I believe, on the other map. So it was pretty close games, but it seems like even the likes of Volatile is giving exabyte a challenge. Looking over the scoreboard, Fantasy, the only one really standing out at the moment. Seems like Volatile pretty much have their frags very evenly spread. What is Kex going to be doing here to open up? Going to be standing in front of those barrels, watching for anyone crossing, looking out for Ono. Doesn't find anything, though, pre-firing those windows in case someone walks in front of them. And the answer Fantasy. Raz pushing around on B. Just going to hold this one tight. Doesn't really look like we're having a short push coming out from Volatile just yet. Oh, that's Pansy through the net quite vertically. I don't know if that's going to connect with something, but she's not looking behind her. There is a player there. It is Raz. Does get the frag. Oh, wow. What is Raz doing? Pansy really outplaying Raz right there. And now Alpha takes out Lighters. GSX is pushing through this B arch. There is Pansy towards the top of the street. Going to be taking it slow. Doesn't want to give away his position just yet, but now has done so. And Pansy is going to be right there in wait. 8-5 is the scoreline now. Volatile taking a 3-round gap now. Playing it very strong. There's Ono. Ono definitely going to try and find Kex. He really wants to get one up on the scope battle between them. Throws out a nade. He's going to be falling back. He knows what he did to Kex the previous rounds with a grenade onto that scope area, so he knows the exact same can happen to him. Fantasy takes out Mark. Ono's got to be careful. Catches Pansy off guard. Picks up her SMG and carries on pushing forward. Fantasy onto Alpha though. And it looks like Exabyte are looking strong for this round. Leonidas is heavily tagged up. Light is coming in from the windows area. Does take him out. And that's going to be 8-6, closing the gap off once more, taking it back round by round. But Exabyte really needs to start picking it up here, as there aren't that many rounds left. Spraying it up through mid. Will he connect with anyone though? Does find Alpha. There's no one else on the other side of that wall though. His next few shots are just to be sure. And actually spraying quite a bit there. It seems like Kex actually fell all the way back to spawn, maybe to challenge Ono. Pansy grabbing herself a couple of frags. Fantasy takes out Kex. Deagle flies in the direction of GSX. And himself and Fantasy are now the last two left for Exabyte. Leonidas, on the other hand, though, is towards the top of the enemy spawn. And he's not on the right side of the map. He does not have the bomb with him, and Exabyte will be taking it, or taking another round. Fantasy currently on 19 frags after just 15 rounds. And they're going to be peeking it up. Can he find Kex? No, Kex is all the way on the other side of the map. They're going to be going for an extremely fast A push. Pansy looks like she's going to go for the cover. Lighters gets a nade out onto Alpha.
Explosives
Pansy pushes forward. There is one in the building just off to the right-hand side, but it is Ono, and he is laying in wait with that deagle. Kex lands the shot there onto Fantasy, and that's it. Round over. Volatile take that one very quickly. Very successful A push. And now, the only problem with that is that Exabyte might start expecting it if they try and do it again, and they won't be. It looks like they're going for a fast B instead this round. And Ono spots a whole bunch of smoke, throws out a late-ish nade. Not sure if that's going to connect with anyone. No, it doesn't, but it either way is going for a very fast B push. Fantasy takes out Pansy. Spray coming in from above him. He does still have a player off to his right-hand side for some cover. As Alpha takes out Ono. Fantasy with the second one of the round as he takes out Kex. Punisher. That is Mark. Also grabbing himself a frag. Bringing this one down to a 3-on-1. Light is now your last man standing. Does start off, takes out Leo. Moves into mid. Can he prevent this bomb plant?
Explosives.
Has spotted one. Tags up Mark. And there is still a player on the bomb. Alpha takes out Lighters. And that's going to be 10-7. Seems like Volatile really want to hold on to that gap that they have. Taken away here with Ono once again. There's a shot. GSX getting heavily tagged up. We're going to try and get out of that situation. Alpha onto GSX. Nade out. Seems like GSX's luck did not last much longer after being tagged up by Kex. We do hear a shot ringing off there from Lighters. Takes out Leo. Quickly alerts Kex once more. He's going to be looking back. Seeing if he can maybe find Lighters. He does actually do so. And lands the shot onto him. Pansy's made away all the way up the street. Alpha takes out Ono. And this is starting to look very good for Volatile. Pansy's really going to try and get out of that situation. No, actually goes back to challenge it. And then flies back out. Trying to pre-aim a car. Has spotted a player moving into mid. That is either Fantasy or Raz, of course. Misses all the shots onto Fantasy as Fantasy runs past that doorway. Raz takes out Kex, but Alpha with the revenge frag taking it 11-7. And it looks like Volatile 4 rounds now in the lead, looking very strong to take this map. Ono spotting 2 in mid, lands the shot onto Mark, throws out his nade. Can he find any more? That we have got a player that's pushed all the way around the back. It is Pansy. She could do a whole lot of damage if she keeps pushing forward like this. She has the opportunity, but she's got to be careful that she doesn't waste it now. At the moment, just sitting back. Nade comes out. And now she flies back into that window building. Finds Lighters. That's going to open up that A side quite a bit for the Volatile team. The problem is that Exabyte are in full force on this A arch, and they can pretty much prevent any bomb plant that goes down right now. And it's not changing her attention towards the back spawn area for Exabyte. Can't get that bomb down. Raz takes out Kex. Now only 2 players left for Volatile. Oh, we do see Raz and Fantasy quickly cleaning up what was left of the team. 4 players still standing. As Volatile are now in 11 rounds. And the win is so close to them right now. They really are in reach of taking this one. Ono moving out towards that A site, seeing if he can maybe grab a frag, but that smoke really signals that there is a push imminent into the direction. Has got his deagle out, picks off Pansy as she tries to move forward onto that bomb site. Ono can't spot anything in that smoke. Bomb does go down though. He doesn't spot anyone moving away from the bomb. It's definitely going to call that the player is still on the bomb. Raz taking 2 frags. Ono tanks a shot like a beast. Kex having to use his deagle to finally shut down Ono. Kex once again slightly tagged up, lands the shot there onto GSX. Bullets coming in from his right-hand side, and Volatile pull this one back. Leonidas takes it to 12-8. Very well played there from Leo. Brilliant stuff there from him. Can they repeat it just one more time with 4 rounds difference between the two? It is really now down to Exabyte to bring something extraordinary out of their bag to make it go into a overtime. Fantasy and Ono pushing the players left into their favor. Fantasy playing it slow inside this B arch, just trying to catch off anyone that's trying to push towards the B bomb site, although Mark already has gotten in there. Looks like he has been spotted though. Does tag up Ono with his deagle. Definitely going to be re-peeking it. Bobbing up and down with that deagle. Makes it so difficult for Ono to hit him. Ono missing another shot there onto him. Doesn't seem like he's able to connect with much. Does take a bullet. Now he's going to be moving forward. Is Raz going to be... Oh, sorry, Fantasy going to be there to help him. Yes, he is. Alpha takes out Raz. 1 versus 3. Lighters does actually spot Alpha. Lighters peeking around the corner. Here's the bomb blonde going down. It is Alpha. Alpha doesn't have much choice, but does actually get the bomb down. Will quickly take out Alpha, and exabyte will be able to grab this round, bringing it back to a 3-round difference, making it 12-9. But no matter how they look at it, they can't win this map. They need to take it to an overtime to be able to make this map point theirs. Let's see what Kex is up to. Are they going to be going for another A push? They really haven't done it in a couple of rounds. They could pull it onto exabyte here. The Pan's being taken out early on with that nade. Light is really defending that A bomb side well with what he has to use. Alpha picks off Lighters though. GSX onto Mark. Let's slightly open up that A side just a little bit. Alpha wants to go for this plant. Did he just fake it? He's trying to draw out the fire of Ono there. Has found him. Pushes forward with his SMG. Got to be careful though. Ono is known to be very good with his deagle. Unfortunately, not this time around. My word, Ono coming back from the dead. Barrel kills Alpha. Alpha really being unlucky in that one. Fantasy pops out a flash. Definitely flashing up the player that's on this bomb site. Who is it? It is Leo. Leona, of course, knowing that one of the 3 players alive for exabyte is in that A arch. And trying to find this frag here onto Fantasy. Does do so. The problem is that Raz knows what that bomb is. And he's just going to be waiting it out. He needs to go absolutely nowhere. And Volatile needs to come to him. Looks like Cax and Leo working together. They are moving in here on Raz at the exact same time. It's going to be difficult for Raz to hold this one off. He won't be able to do so. Leo in there with the deagle. GSX is now your last man standing for exabyte. Pops a flash out onto that bomb. Bomb goes down though. And with spray coming in here from Leo. Very well played from those two. Cax taking it. And that's going to be 13-9 first map. Looking over the scores. We do see Fantasy on 24 frags after 22 rounds. And we should be able to see here what score they're on. Either way, guys, that was the first map for exabyte versus Volatile. Of course, now Volatile taking a 13-9. Stay around. We will be going on to the second map very shortly, which they still are deciding. But either way, from Quad V at Epic EIGHT, you talk to the stick around for map number 2.